True. Very true.
He speaks with eloquence.
Holding the chat hostage for, there we go. There we go, 2509. We hit it. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get back to the invasion. Let's do it.
It's a message. And now it's all about, more and more, all about that mighty dollar. And it's like, lady, you sure ain't going to heaven. If there is a hell, you're going there.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that video of that woman, priest or pastor or whatever? She's at like this big mega church, and she's got this father and son on the stage, and he's trying to get her to heal his son from autism, and she's like, for the power of the Lord, I command every spirit of autism to be taken from his mind. And then they fast forward like 15 years later, and that dude is still all goof trooped the fuck out.
Have you heard? I don't remember who exactly it is, but it's like a Catholic priest or somebody throws like holy water on somebody in a wheelchair and slaps the shit out of them and says, "Let God heal you" or some shit like that. Has anybody heard that?
I haven't.
That's some Catherine Crick stuff, guys.
Andrew, have you heard the joke?
No, but now I definitely want to.
Dude, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was like a joke, like, so this guy Benny, he's like a Catholic priest or something like that, and he like walks around tossing holy water on people, and then he sees this guy in a wheelchair, and he says, "Stand up in the name of the Lord." Stand up in the name of the Lord, and then Benny like slaps the shit out of them, and then they stand up or some shit like that.
Damn. Well, hey, hang on. I got a good one. Religious joke. So there's a rabbi and a priest, and they're having lunch, and the priest says, "Hey, you want to fuck some altar boys?" And the rabbi says, "Out of what?"
Yeah,
I feel like mine was way better though.
Absolutely not.
It was totally better. But I did want to come in on the prompt, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm pretty familiar with Satanism, everything from LaVeyan Satanism to what you would call the modern Satanic Church, which, in my understanding now, is there's two competing branches, one which falls under a more secular humanist branch, another one which will still practice what they call dark magic, but that just really, they're talking about psychological manipulation, essentially, and they're like a LaVeyan sect, a leftover LaVeyan sect, but that the main branch mostly embraces a humanist, more humanist manifesto under their tenets. And I still wouldn't want to be associated with them. Like, I still wouldn't want to be pals, because I think that humanism itself is just stupid. So, ultimately,
Satanism has nothing to do with humanism, and there's definitely no tenets. And just based off of the word tenet, I'm assuming you're talking about the Satanic Temple, which Satanism does not recognize or acknowledge at all.
Well, okay. Well, when you say Satanism, what are you referencing then?
So there is only Satanism. There are no branches or sects or different versions. There's only Satanism.
Yes, I mean there definitely is, though. At least people who identify as being that.
Right, but those are factually incorrect.
Isn't that a no true Scotsman fallacy, though?
No, because the entirety of Satanism codified in '66 hasn't always been atheistic.
So hang on, codified by who, though?
Anton LaVey. It is a recognized, acknowledged religion that is atheistic.
I don't think that LaVeyan Satanism is a recognized religion, actually.
It absolutely is.
Let's find out. I want to find out now. Where can I find if LaVeyan Satanism is codified? By who? Who's it codified by? The U.S. government?
It's recognized by
the U.S. government, including the military, recognizes the Church of Satan as a religious organization and will stamp it on all paperwork and dog tags.
Let's take a look here. No. LaVeyan Satanism is founded by Anton LaVey is not officially recognized as a religion by the U.S. government, and no, they will not stamp it on dog tags. So that was just made up, bro.
I'd be more than happy to pull up my.
Please do.
Fast account.
Please do. Where can I look this information up?
Sure, no problem.
So, I mean,
Give me about like 5 minutes. I'll pull it up.
so where did you get the source that says that it's not a codified religion?
Well, that was from the us.org. They said that Satanism is not a recognized religion by the U.S. government.
Interesting. That's the first I've ever heard of that.
But I am willing to be corrected. It's possible I'm wrong, right? I'm not right about everything.
I'm not saying that you're right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the first I've ever heard of that.
Oh.
I mean, earlier the host gave me the characteristics of what you would need to be defined as a religion. Host, you can get those.
Yeah, the U.S. government does not officially recognize any satanic religion. They don't endorse nor approve them. They did give the Satanic Temple a tax-exempt status by the IRS, and they do that with other religious organizations, that's true, but they also do them with non-religious organizations, which was the compromise. So it's definitely not an officially recognized religion.
The TST, one of the very first things that they've done...
Hang on real quick. Maybe that's what you're thinking of because of the tax exemption status?
No, the TST themselves filed as a Christian organization in order for them to have a tax exemption.
So the U.S. government recognizes a Christian organization. Got it. That would be it's not Satanism then.
No, the TST has absolutely nothing to do with Satanism at all. Matter of fact, when you actually look at the fundamentals and the deep dive of the philosophy, everything about the TST is pretty much anti-satanic.
Well, okay, but that's not really the argument. The argument here is whether LaVeyan Satanism is recognized by the U.S. government. It is, in fact, not recognized by the U.S. government.
What did you say your source was for that?
That would be the U.S. government itself, who claims. So you can go to us.gov under recognized religions.
So us.gov is the source that you're pulling from?
Yeah. To be fair, I did Google it live just to make sure, you know what I mean? But that was the first source. I thought us.gov was a pretty good source. But I am willing to be corrected for sure.
I mean, did you look up if any state, which state governments accept it, or is it just completely federally? Just in every state not accepted, or is it like some states do it, some states don't?
I'm not actually aware. It's possible, but I'm not actually aware of any state recognizing any satanic church as being legitimate either.
So, I mean, I'm looking, this is simply Google, Satanism is definitely protected by the Constitution.
But that's not the claim, though. Everything's protected by the Constitution. Witchcraft's protected by the Constitution, but it's not an officially recognized religion. That's a whole different argument. You're just saying that all religions are protected under the Constitution. It's like, yeah, sure, that's true, but that really has nothing to do with the claim, though.
Well, I mean, this is just an AI overview, and this is exactly what it says word for word. Yes, Satanism, notably LaVeyan Satanism, as practiced by the Church of Satan and codified in the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey, can be considered a codified religion.
Yeah, but it's not recognized by the U.S. government. That was the claim, right?
So here, there's this gray area by technicality, by what you're presenting here. The argument is, does the military actually support Satanism?
Well, you said that you can get Satanism printed on your dog tags, right?
Please. Like I said, let me finish my statement, and I'm going to fill in where this gray area lays. So, does the U.S. military actually support the philosophy or the ideology of Satanism? The technical answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to the Satanism or being a Satanist in the military, there is paperwork in which you fill out that has to do with your personal preferences, recommendations, or services that may be available to you via chaplain, whatever may have you. So when it comes to filling out that paperwork or something happening to you, those preferences, recommendations, or counsel that you may seek out, they do make those accommodations for you.
Yeah,
right.
But I wouldn't dispute that. But here's other things that you can get printed on your U.S. dog tags: Druid, Jedi, Dark Sith, because they allow the no real pref, right? No real preference or atheist can be put on the dog tag itself. However, it looks as though they don't actually print Satanism itself. Jedi, they'll do before Satanism, apparently.